I'm often asked, should I buy the Mini 3 Pro or the Air 2S? It is a question that makes a lot of sense, as the two models are very similar in terms of functionalities, and the price difference is not huge. In this video, I will analyze the quality of the footage in the two models, in all sorts of light conditions and in the different color modes. First of all, let's have a quick look at the difference in terms of video functionalities. The Mini 3 Pro has a 0.77-inch sensor with a field of view equivalent to 24mm. It has a very wide fixed aperture of f1.7 and a maximum video resolution of 4K at a frequency of up to 60 frames per second. The Air 2S has a bigger 1-inch sensor with a slightly wider field of view of 22mm, a fixed aperture of f2.8 and a maximum video resolution of 5.4K up to 30 frames per second. Mini 3 has two color modes, normal and Disney alike, against normal, D-Log and HLG for the Air 2S. With the Mini 3 we can record video in H.264 and H.265, while with the Air 2S only H.265 is available. I find the possibility to shoot in H.264 a very useful feature of the Mini 3, as the H.265 is heavier on resources and is not yet compatible with several video editors. The Mini 3 has sensors for obstacle detection at the front, back and downward, while the Air 2S has also a pair upward, which makes it slightly safer. But the two models lack lateral sensors and therefore should not be used for tracking at close range. The other functionalities for videos are practically the same, but the Mini 3 has the advantage of being able to shoot vertical video and photos. It is the only prosumer drone of the DJI line to have this option, and it is a potentially huge selling point with users who are into social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok or YouTube Shorts. The Mini 3 has also the advantage of a weight below the threshold of 250 grams. It is therefore under more flexible regulations, especially for urban flying. The price of the Mini 3 in Europe is around €850 with the traditional RC-N1 controller, versus about €1,000 for the Air 2S. When DJI announced the spec of the Mini 3, I thought it could have meant the end of the Air 2S. The difference in sensor size is not huge, and due to the advance in technology, I expected that it could have been possible to obtain a quality in video and in photo very close to the one of the bigger brother. But my comparison of photography with the two models shows that the quality of the Air 2S is still a step above the new model, at least for photography. You can watch my video by clicking on the link on the screen. Let's start with some top-down views, taking the sky out of the equation, to better appreciate the detail and the color rendition. I cannot see any major difference in detail between the two, and the color rendition is very nice in both, a matter of personal preference. The only difference I can see is just a touch of extra detail in the shadows for the Air 2S, but I'm splitting hairs. And now some images containing the sky in normal mode. Many users underestimate the importance of the 5.4K resolution with Air2S. I find this functionality very useful for reframing the scene, zooming in, or even adding some extra movement by keyframing if needed. I've always been a big fan of the image quality of the Air2S, both in video and in photos. Compared to the Mini 3, I notice richer colors and more definition in the shadows for the Air2S. The Mini 3 after release had some issues with the shadows, at least in my two units. After a series of firmware updates, things have improved considerably, but I believe there is still room for improving the shadows. I know that several users report no problems of this kind, so let me know your opinion in the comments. Let's move to the FAT profiles, the one meant for serious post-processing. The Air2S has two of them, D-Log and HLG. They are both true 10-bit color modes, and both excellent. D-Log is the most widely used, and with the correct LUTs, it works extremely well, so it is the one I will show you. The Mavic 3 has this in alike. At first it was an 8-bit mode, but after a firmware upgrade it is now recognized by several video editors as a 10-bit one. While normal mode works very well with both models, with just a slight advantage for the Air2S, things change drastically with the FAT profiles. D-Log in the Air2S responds extremely well to post-processing, and is possible to reach any color theme with excellent results. This in-alike had some serious issues with crushed shadows at the beginning, at least in my units. Things have improved after several updates, but in color grading, in most cases, I don't get anywhere near the results I'm after. There is still some detail missing in the shadows, and the color rendition is quite poor. At times I notice a bit of chromatic noise in the sea or the sky, as well as some color banding. I wonder if it is a true 10-bit color space. The dynamic range of the R2S is much wider. In this difficult clip against the sun, I managed to recover a good deal of details in the shadows. While with a Mini 3, all we can do is to leave the element on the ground as a silhouette. There is just nothing in the shadows. So there is still a big place for the R2S in the current mavic line, for users who are very serious about videography and photography. Click on this link to watch my video about video quality with the Mini 3, and don't forget to hit the like button if you found this video interesting. Thank you.